Hi guys, this is Professor Andrea Proctor. Welcome to my Sociology 110 Art and Culture class. For those of you that have me online, you can always feel free to email me at aproctor@iau.la. This week we're going to be going over week 1 and the topics that we will be discussing in week 1. Alright, so over week 1 we're going to discuss the concept of civilization. We'll go over some of the few key terms. We'll identify the different time periods between the Paleolithic and the Egyptian visual art. We will also, in this week, compare and contrast a variety of works ranging from those different time periods. We will trace the development of visual arts in early Greece, and also we will compare and contrast the difference between black figured pottery and red figured pottery, and we'll also explain the connections between the Greek religion and its culture and its arts. And in this week too, we'll also name some of the Greek gods and goddesses. All right, so going over week 1, we're going to talk about some of the DQs, or the DQs that will be discussed in week 1. So the DQ question for week 1, we're going to compare and contrast the position of the pharaoh in ancient Egypt to that of the Mesopotamian king. In what ways did geography affect their respective attitudes? How do they each use art and religion to strengthen their respective positions in society? In ancient Egypt, the industry of the afterlife was an important aspect of culture. What evidence supports this? And what are some ties of this industry of religion? All right, so that's the first DQ for week 1. So there's a lot of things that we can come up with. We know that during that time period, the popular religious tradition was more prominent in the course of the Egyptian history as the status of the pharaohs declined. So another aspect of the religion was the belief in the afterlife and funeral practices. The Egyptians made a big impact. They made huge effort to preserve their bodies and spirituals of the deceased. And the religion has roots in Egypt's prehistoric, lasting for more than 3,000 years. The details of the religious belief change over time, as does the importance of particular gods rose and declined, and their intricate relationships shifted. So for week 1, their DQ, question number 2, how was the Gilgamesh and art Chiles alike or different in representing the idea of an epic hero? What about the changes, what about their characteristics reflect the value of the Mesopotamian culture or the Heroic Greek culture? All right, let's see. So we know that Achilles is a representation of the epic hero, and he was considered to be the most beautiful and to be the most young and courageous and unaware of fear. He was also even considered to be a type of a demigod. But Achilles had strong human elements. He was not impassive. He was not dominated by honor, and he was also capable of crying. One of the features of Achilles is that of the friendship. So it's true that before Hector behaved in a violent and alien to his condition, he believed before the bodies of Hector is out of place. Achilles is a great epic hero who was eventually killed by Paris. All right, going into the DQ3 for week 1, we're going to talk about the demonization of women in ancient times. Okay, so we know that in ancient times, the absence of female religious references link to a powerful, but it's not a casual or it's not an uncommon phenomenon in the history of mankind. So the disappearance of symbols centered on Mother's goddess, as well as their estimation, and forms a social mechanism that ensured the stability and reproduction of social order that denied authority to women. Going on to the last question for the DQs for this week. Nothing distinguishes the rise of ancient Greece as a civilization more than its love of pure thought. So I would like you to explain that quotation. So that quotation is essentially up to you. My references or my ideas is that the expression between ancient Greek civilization, pure thought, was the basis of everything. So it started with the first philosophical methods in reference to solve things with a mental process. So there we go. There you have it. Those are the DQs for week 1. Thank you for watching. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Have a great week, guys. Bye.